Hello and welcome back to Bunnex Investment Group. In this video, I'm going to teach you a powerful Sharkfin strategy that produces trades that are explosive. Understanding this from the TDI as well as other confluence factors that I'll provide you will actually give you an upper hand within the markets. Without further ado, let's jump right in. This strategy has been lying in plain sight. Why you could not see it? It's actually very simple. And by the end of this video, you actually understand or actually beat yourself up that how could you not see these things? While you were focusing on other extremely difficult entries, this could have simplified your life. I understand that a lot of traders would want something that proves to be rocket science, where they will actually say for you to make money, you need to trade something that is difficult. This is contrary to what I'm going to teach you. I'm going to give you an M15 strategy with a simple filter to remove low probability entries such that the accuracy will hover around 75%. So by simple filter, that is one of the most important things, and the other confluences that I'll give you. So basically, the template or the simplified view of the strategy will actually require you to see something like this: a validated Asian session range, and by validated, I'll actually give you the factor that you need to see before you say this Asian session range is valid. Then what we need to see is basically a stop hand below the Asian session or above the Asian session, depending on the market context that I'll teach you shortly. So in this particular case, this is the sweet point or the entry point after the three confluences have been satisfied. So by confluence, we are saying that these are several reasons that are coming together to produce one particular thing. So these confluences are very important. So let's just discuss what confluences are. So these are reasons for entry. Why are you entering the market? If you do not have several reasons, more than two reasons, you're usually gambling. You need to at least have several reasons for you to enter the market. So we are going to need at least three confluences for us to take action for this particular trading strategy. Let's start with the most important to the most powerful one. All right, so basically the Asian session arrangement, as I've shown you on the template, this is how it looks like. On the day you want to trade, there should be an unblotted Asian session. By that, we are saying an unblotted Asian session means there was no news release made within that Asian session. Like in this particular case, we can see this is a narrow Asian session. There's no a candle like this one. We do not want to see candles like this one within the Asian session. But this is not enough without the next two steps. So we can see that this is Asian session range, which is valid. And then we can see the market following this particular template that I've shown you earlier. So the second confluence is top hand below the Asian session. Coming out of the range, there should be a clear stop hand below the Asian session range, meaning the market must actually go below or above. So this stop hand must be accompanied by a TDI Sharkfin as shown below. So a TDI Sharkfin is basically when the RSI line breaks out or pierces out of the volatility bands. But this is also not enough, because the next part is how you take the right trades. So the TDI Sharkfin looks like this. This is the TDI indicator. For the purposes of those who are new to this channel, the TDI is basically an indicator that shows market sentiment and volatility at the same time. So this green line is what is most important. I can provide you the TDI indicator for free. Just say hi on Telegram so that I can provide you for MT4. All right, so in this particular case, we can see this RSI line went outside of these two bands. That is what we call a Sharkfin. So we've said the first one, an unblotted Asian session. The second one, a move below the Asian session range. Then whilst that move is being issued, we get this TDI Sharkfin, but that is not all, because if you take this, or if you go right on the charts with all the information that I've provided you right now, you'd find out that they won't be working. So the daily bias is what is completes the confluence system. So the last most important part is the confluence. We need to take all the operations before end of the cycle. We are saying when you are taking the TDI Sharkfins, we are not we do not want to trade something that comes after level 3 or after the cycle is completed. If you are not well versed about market cycles, you can learn that in the top 1% traders course. I'll leave the link in the description box below. So we also need to see all the above. If the previous day closed above its previous day, so what we want to see is this daily closure. This daily closure should be above the previous day high. I understand this might be a bit difficult for you to understand. Therefore, we need examples to fully understand this. But before we dive into the examples, I want to personally invite you to join my one-on-one mentorship program. If you are serious about turning your trading into a powerful and sustainable source of income, this is for you. Use the link that I've left in the description box below. I only take a few students on a first come, first served basis. All right, so basically, this is pound against odd, right? On pound against odd, there is this template. Some other do not like these colors or clutterness, but it actually simplifies how you are going to see the Asian session, the sessions, and so forth. So what we can see here, we have these blue traces. These blue traces are marking the high of the previous day as well as the low of the previous day. So on this day, we can see that the market actually closed here. It opened Asian session, US session, and closed here. This was right above the previous daily high, right? So since it was above the previous daily high, we can now expect buys on the following day, right? On the following day, we had Asian session, which was not bloated. There was no any news spike on this particular day, and after that we can see that there was a move below the Asian session, which is confluence 2, and then there was a TDI Sharkfin. We can see a TDI Sharkfin here, and then after that a candlestick reversal pattern for us to go long. So we actually went long, and the trade, of course, actually gave us a move equivalent to 2R like that, right? So after that, we can still check. We can still this day, it closed right below the previous day, since this is the high and its closure is here. So this was not a valid day, but here we can see the market went to the upside and closed right above this previous daily high, meaning on the next day it was a valid day of entry using the criteria that we've provided. An unbloated Asian session, a move below the Asian session like this, and then we can see a TDI, which was here, a TDI here, and we had a move below the Asian session. We had a shooting star, meaning this was a proper entry point, right? So from there, what do we now say? We can see another day that had a closure above the previous daily high, and after that closure, we can see the market going below. But remember what I've just told you, we need to be within 3 days or the cycle. We had 1, we had 2, and this one was the 3rd day. So we can no longer expect to go long at 3rd level or at level 3. So we need to respect that. So basically, daily bias, then validated Asian session range, your Sharkfin, you enter, and that's it. You need to rewatch this video if you did not get the strategy clearly. On that note, we've come to the end of our today's video. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.